try.
All right, thank you. All right, so the Ballarat Line Upgrade is a project delivering transport infrastructure to regional Victoria. The first of the regional rail revival tranche projects. It's a significant investment within regional Victoria. The project consists of 5 stations across varied localities. They, including Rockbank and Cobblebank Station, which are effectively on Melbourne's urban fringe. We've got Ballan and Bacchus Marsh Station, which are rural country towns, and then Wendouree Station on the outskirts of Ballarat, the third largest sort of city within Victoria. The community benefits of this project are immense. It's anticipated at its peak through each of these 5 stations as a combined 30,000 people movements per day. So from a community point of view, in terms of connecting to Melbourne CBD, as well as connecting the communities along the route, it is quite significant. And each of the stations, Rockbank Station, Cobblebank Station, Bacchus Marsh Station, Ballan Station, and Wendouree Station. At the heart of the design was a master planning approach. The design response for each station reflected its context in terms of precinct analysis, both in terms of current and future land use. The layouts were developed and the architectural scale and form evolved from this analysis. Rockbank and Cobblebank stations were really about urban growth. So this is Rockbank Station. So the new station here was planned at the heart of the new town centre. Yes, paddocks now, but in terms of the VPA, are very well progressed in terms of this being the new retail heart of the centre, and then in terms of the sort of the city heart of the centre. So the overpass was the cross-corridor link that basically linked the new town centre. As part of this link, forecourts and integrated landscape heightened the experience. So from not only from a commuter point of view, but from a civic perspective, the forecourts provided that. The transport functions of bus and drop-off, in terms of the taxis and the kitchen rides, were all designed around the commuter link and in terms of around accessibility and safety. Platform shelters are provided to the platforms for customer amenity. So the general approach and facilities was consistent across all of these sort of stations. Cobblebank Station, the approach, the new station again was at the heart of the new town centre. The council aspirations for this station was this will be the Chaxton of the West in terms of Cobblebank. Large retail, multi-storey, 3 to 4 sort of stories are being planned here, and then the new sort of education and city card, including potentially the council offices in this sort of location. The overpass is the cross-corridor link that connects the sort of town centre together. For Cobblebank, the overpass is to be built in 2 stages. Day 1, as we built as part of this project, and then in the future, when the town centre develops, the overpass will be filled in, including 2 additional tracks to be able to get, complete the urban link. For Bacchus Marsh, Ballan and Wendouree, it was more about responding to a local character in scale and form. Each of these have got existing stations as well as heritage aspects. So really it was about sort of stitching all these elements together. Bacchus Marsh, the context was low scale, residential and in terms of significant public recreation open space. The existing station building and the train turntable were both heritage listed and of local significance. The approach here was a master planning approach by the forecourt to stitch all these elements together so that they could be celebrated and experienced as part of the community journey. The scale of the overpass is smaller, reflecting the residential low-rise property, but also more importantly, respecting the size and scale of the existing heritage structures. The land is very similar to Bacchus Marsh. For Ballan, the existing station building is on the axis of Fiskin Street, which connects right down to the main town centre. The tank out the front is again a sort of a heritage element, both of local heritage significance here. The site was very constrained, and again, the sort of the forecourt as the element that sort of stitched the new and the old together was the key sort of driver and approach here. And just a couple of closer upshots of Ballan on the left and Bacchus Marsh on the right. Wendouree Station, when we started the project, effectively it was a sea of cars. There was a station building which was built probably 10, 15 years ago, but there was no access pedestrian-wise to the front door of the station. The key move here was again the sort of the forecourt as a space to not only sort of provide a, I suppose, identity, but also a important pedestrian space to actually stitch the station building together, which is on the other side of the overpass. And then we provided the new overpass to access the new platform over here. So effectively, the forecourt drove a new station identity and a front door for the station.
2 minutes.
An integrated design was a driver for each of the overpass designs. There are heavy civil engineering structures. The bridge structures we worked to express, we refined the details with the engineers, and then we effectively cloaked over the architectural facades to sort of seamlessly express both architecture and structure. We folded the materials, we removed all subframing through analysis and testing to actually just allow each of the elements to shine. And some sort of sketching in terms of the texturising and the folding. Commuter experience is at the heart of the station, and it's critical to encourage people to use public transport. Forecourts were designed to be vibrant, with integrated art and landscaping as part of the designs. Pedestrianisation of all spaces was critical, with pedestrians at the top of the modal hierarchy. Legibility is critical from a transport perspective in terms of views to where the commuters are going, whether it be entrances or to the vertical movement systems. The architectural detailing here was enhanced to promote this. Accessibility, safety in terms of SEPTED principles as part of the design, clear and open sightline, as well as, I suppose, as part of the experience of expression of structure and architecture. It all contributed to the experience, particularly of the overpasses. Amenity, critical for transport in terms of platform shelters and waiting areas. Sustainability, each station achieved a 4-star Green Star rating, as well as passive and active sort of systems. The biggest, from a sustainability point of view, is a sustainable mode of transport, getting 30,000 plus trips out of cars. The line-wide approach, I suppose, to end-on was always at the heart of the design. And if we really wanted to sort of sum up the whole project, 5 projects in a area, this was a roll plot. It's really about an integrated design. It's about a family of stations. It's a contextual response, and it's a customer experience at the heart of the overall design.